Good morning, traders, and God bless. I am Ricky Gaspard. I am your host. And as we do each morning, we'll be watching this volume spike column. We are sorted by volume highest to lowest, and when we see a spike over here, we click on it and take a look at the stock to see if we're interested. First thing we're going to do is go to this current bar volume and make sure we have enough volume to get in and get out safely. And what I mean by enough volume is you want to see these numbers continually moving, no pausing. The buyers are present, driving the price up. You also see these two moving averages, the 5 EMA and the 13. We always confirm that the 5 is above the 13. We never chase green candles. Once the stock price is rising, I will be marking the resistance and support levels on the chart, and you will see that happen as we get into a trade. So let's say, for instance, this stock is moving up and I mark a resistance level when the price stops climbing. Once it pulls back, I will mark a support level, and we always plan our entry down here on the support level for the bounce back up. So once we get into a trade, I'm not going to give you an exact point to get in, but the support level is always the entry point. Never trade off of my screen. My screen is sometimes delayed. Delays can cost you money. I'm also not a financial advisor, so before you take any of my indicators, any of my words, don't trust my words for your trades. Let's always play the chart, play the buyers and the sellers, play the movement, the direction, the trend. And as always, seek out the help of a professional financial advisor before you make any trades, and don't base them upon my tools or my words. We'll also be watching these volume spike indicators. Once we see a stock moving, we want to see long green bars coming in. These are the buyers driving up the price. And down here is our My Blessing indicator. We like to see the buyers and seller line. This orange and green line are buyers and sellers. This line's going to move pretty quick for you. It will take off to the upside once the buyers come in. This would be a good example of a pullback right here. That would be the resistance. That would be the support level. You want to play your entry down here around the support level for the bounce up. And it's been kind of tough this week. It's a test of patience. Sometimes we don't have all the perfect weeks like we've been having over the last few months. It's a test of your trading abilities. Monday and Tuesday, we had some stocks pop up and immediately a red bar right behind them. So be careful in your decisions to enter into a trade. If you do, make sure you get out before that red bar hits you. And I know you can't call that red bar, but don't stay hanging on until all the way. Don't try to call a top. That's where it gets you every time. Make sure your chart is on TIF-EXT for extended hours. And many of you ask, what buttons do I use? I use buy the ask, sell the bid. Those are limit orders. And that's the fastest way in and the fastest way out of a trade. You can also use the price ladder in ThinkorSwim. We have about 50 minutes to go, 50 seconds to go yet before the market opens. I've only seen a couple of cheaper stocks moving so far this morning. And it looks like the one that was moving, I think it was CSSS or something like that. It seems to have faded away, and it was a cheaper penny stock. This ZPTA might be a play, but it's only playing pennies. It's only paying pennies, and you can see that over here with the 215, 210, 212. So we'll just have to wait till the bell rings and see what happens. Hopefully we get a play right out the gate. We will see. So I will walk you through the trades as they happen. Just remember the entry is on the support level. That's going to be your decision if you want to get in or not. Just make sure that you make a wise choice. And here we go. So immediately jumping up a little. We don't buy these green candles because they could jump right back down. If you are a professional green candle chaser, then I'll put you on my prayer list. And that's the reason why right there. So we want to see this price reverse. It's already had one pullback back here before our market opened. Going up for a few more pennies. That's a 10-cent candle there since the market opened. Let's see if we get a pullback in this area. It looks like a small one. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can get a bigger picture. Watch for a long tail on the bottom of this red candle. That means the buyers are buying up what they're selling. It's also an entry when you see a long tail on the bottom. If we don't get that long tail, I'll mark a support level down here at the bottom of the body of this red candle. And then we'll look down here to make sure that we have some tall green bars coming in to drive it up before we enter the stock. A lot of profit takers. They may just sell it off. It's not looking too promising at the moment. That candle did close. I will mark it. We're watching now for green bars to come in. It's not looking good on this indicator. It is pointing south in red. That means there's no buyers present. Watching for green bars to come in. And if it's your first time here, this stream lasts for an hour from 5:55 to 6:55, and then we continue on in our premium member section over on Discord. You can find the link to our Discord at the top of the chat box. Just click on that blue bar with the yellow stripe. It'll take you over to our Discord. We didn't get a play on this one. It definitely sold off. No one driving it back up. No other selections in the list so far. This is our pre-market scan. And this is our custom pre-market scan. This one is the typical script that you get in ThinkorSwim. This one's custom coded by me to take in also the stocks that were good in yesterday's after hours trading. If you post any stocks in the chat, make sure they have high volume. We don't want to waste our time on stocks that have no volume. What I mean by high volume, at least the volume is steadily moving and the price looks like it's going to go in the upward direction. We may get a play here. It's not too promising. We're still looking very weak down here on this blessing indicator. Not seeing tall green bars coming in. Not going to happen with that one. Let me back out of this one a little bit, get a bigger picture. It is actually down. Always zoom out on your stocks. Don't just be zoomed in here and you're thinking it's going up when it's actually going down. So the play that we use is a pullback strategy. A stock moves up, I mark a resistance. It pulls back, I mark a support. And most of the time, I'm going to say 80 to 90% of the time, they will bounce back up and break through that upper resistance level. This week been kind of sluggish, as I explained in the beginning. So enjoy your coffee. Let's wait on the next one to start moving. Here is Hook. See lots of red bars in this stock. It's a cheaper stock, down around 88 cents. Again, only pay pennies. I don't see any reason to mark out support and resistance. It's kind of radical right now, not really trustworthy. My blessing indicator is trending downwards. We're getting the occasional green bar. I'll go ahead and mark this resistance level. It's going to have to break through that before I'm interested in even trying to make a trade on it. We did break through. We need a retest of that level at 92 cents. Trying to come down to retest it. There's the retest. Let's see if it can stay above it. We need some big green bars coming in. That tells me the buyers are going to come in to drive it up. We are looking like we may move up here on the My Blessing indicator. We do have a green tip. Pushing up a little, tall green bar. Didn't make it very far. Not enough buyers present to drive it up. So if we miss a play down here as a pullback, and we want it to break through resistance, go up, come back down and test it, and this retest would be an entry for the run back up to the upside. This one's pretty weak, not going to respond like we need it to. And it's kind of been like this all week. You get a spike up and then nothing happens afterwards. So be careful this week. Be patient. Don't just buy green candles. We are staying above resistance, which is a good sign. This is still pointing south. I am seeing a green bar. I am seeing an increase in volume. Got a few buyers driving it up. Nothing else currently moving. Always keep your eye on these columns and see if these volume spikes are moving, the green ones. Pulling back down, that's the big red candles I've been talking about. About the time you think, oh, it's going to go, here come the sellers. Yeah, it's too cheap. I don't play these cheaper stocks. I'll call them out for those of you who do. I really prefer them to be above $5, but I will occasionally play a $2 or $3 or $4 stock if the setup is perfect. Heed my warning, it's been a rough week. I haven't seen any weeks like this in a while where you get the big green candle and all of a sudden the big red one right behind it. Sometimes it's best to sit on your hands and let the market correct. Looking for volume spikes in the columns. I'm not seeing any. That one's way too cheap. It's been bouncing around this morning. CYN. Really cheap. Seeing a lot of red spikes. That tells me it's not looking so good for today either. Let's take a look at the SPY while we're at a slack period here. Let's go to a 5-minute chart and zoom out and see where we're headed with the SPY. Looks like we're trending down slightly. Another cheaper penny stock. That seems to be the only thing that's been moving this week so far is these stocks that are around 25 cents, 7 cents, 50 cents. Does SHIM have a lot of volume? So the main thing to focus on this week is don't try to force a trade because you need to make a few dollars. The market doesn't work that way. Wait on the setup before you do a trade. And don't guess that one's going up because guessing will cost you money. The whole key to doing this pullback strategy is volume. Volume and price action. If we don't have these numbers flying, the chances of it turning out to be a successful trade are really reduced. Percentages are dying off. Even the highest volume stocks in pre-market don't have any buyers. And if you're new here and you noticed we don't go chasing looking for stocks, they will pop up right here because we're playing volume and price action. I have it coded to where if they're moving, we're going to see it immediately right here in this column. Little about me. I've been trading since 1990 on ThinkorSwim, back when there was hardly anything to ThinkorSwim. And over 15 years ago, I started coding, writing my own scripts, and almost everything you see on this chart is written by me to work with this strategy. Moving up a little bit. Yeah, toss has been around for quite some time. The delay was waiting on somebody to tell you what a stock, if a stock was moving or not, because we didn't have all of these fancy scanners, and it was basically a buy platform and a sell platform, and that's all there was to it. No tools, all knowledge. So taking a loss was easy. Back in the day, there was a thing called a whiteboard. You could post a question on the whiteboard. What's everybody buying? And you were lucky to get a response in 2 or 3 days. And by that time, the response was too late. And back then, you were doing all of your homework on fundamentals, looking for quarterly results. You were actually digging down into the companies, trying to figure out what to buy. Today's trading, we play them as they're happening. There were even times where ThinkorSwim wouldn't execute the trade, and you had to call the broker and place your order to get in and to get out. Nope, no scalping, no day trading. Mainly buy and hold and hope. That's the cheaper stock that was moving before our market opened. That's CSSE. Too cheap for me to play, too risky. Oh, today's a dream. Especially with all of these tools that I've coded. I mean, I've changed my own life. Now I'm changing other people's lives. It's been a real big blessing to me. There's nothing like trading right in front of a large group of people live like this and calling out the plays. I guess I'm one of the few who are brave enough to do that, but I have that much faith in the trading style that I have and the strategy that I use. And the tools, I don't have to prove them to you. I coded them. They will prove themselves to you. Just hang around here every day. You will watch them work. Just like this right here. You can see the buyers started coming in. And that was way back here. It turned green way back here. The buyers started coming in. This line started running up. You saw the big green bars coming up in Dominator Master. The price starts rising and running up. Even with all of these confirmations, I don't chase green candles. I've learned my lesson. You never know when they're going to fake you out and just sell everything. You don't know if they're pump and dumps. So I always mark these resistance and support levels and play the continuation of this run. That way I know it's for real. I'll mark it out on this penny stock, but I don't play these. There's a long tail forming on the bottom. Volume is dying off now. You can see the sellers coming in. If this candle closes, I will mark a support level, but I don't see any buyers there to drive it back up. That candle did close. Now we need a green candle to come in to push it back up. And we need to break through this resistance level, but your entry is actually down here, providing we have some tall green bars coming in. Very critical that we have tall green bars coming in. So within each candle, you can see these are sellers, these are buyers. The sellers outnumbered the buyers. Right now we have a few buyers. You play it the same way, Donald. It's buyers and sellers. I only play numbers when I trade. If the buyers are coming in, we know we have a chance of the stock going up. Everything in trading is numbers. If the numbers are there, if the buyers are present or the sellers are present, depending on which direction you're playing the market, then you know you might have a stock trade. Right now we have sellers. And I know you options players, you have to probably use these tools on a higher time frame, not on a 1 minute chart. And we do have options players in the premium section. I'm sure they could walk you through that. It does work on the tick chart. This is it right here. I have it running on the tick chart. Same setup as we have over here, except this is not the V4 indicator. This is only the 5 and the 13 moving averages that I inserted manually through here. So you can see back here where the green line took off. This white line is actually the trend. Same thing over here. The white line is the trend. The trend came above the yellow line. The stock started rising. So breaking down this indicator, this yellow line is the average between the low and the high of this stock. This white line is the trend. This faster moving line are the buyers and the sellers. If we're trending up, and trending up could be just a slight angle, and you see the buyers coming in, there's a great possibility you can make a few cents or dollars. But currently we don't have the volume to support anything. To be honest with you, I don't trade options either. I don't trade futures. I don't play any of that. I only trade numbers, price action. So volume and price action, confirmation of what I see with these two indicators. That's all I do. I don't do options. I don't sit by and hold nothing. I don't even set stop losses. I'm not willing to give up a certain amount of money if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I immediately get out. I don't need a stop loss. Quick in, quick out. The numbers are there. You can really make some decent profit. WIMI. I hope it has volume. Hope you looked before you posted it. Volume is quite low, 23,000. This was the last candle. And the reason I say it's low, if I'm a buyer of this stock and I buy 3,000 shares, I'm one of maybe 5 people playing this stock. If they're all buying the same amount of shares, that's not a lot of volume. I don't suggest you buy stocks like this hoping that in the future you may gain 15 cents over the next hour. That's not the way to play the market. If these volume spikes aren't firing, we don't have a play. Because you can just mail me a check every day. That's what I see. You just want to give it away. Charlie, if you join the Discord, there's a link to it over on Discord. I don't remember if it comes with it or not. I'm thinking these labels are included with this V4 indicator. I might can confirm it here. I'm not seeing if they are or not in the code. It is included in this code. So if you join our Discord for free, there's some free indicators on that page. Load this V4 and you will get this and this scan. This My Blessing indicator is a premium member. It sells, a premium indicator. It sells for $99.95. Well worth every penny. It does what it's supposed to do. Because Sue, I can tell you this, over the last 3 weeks, I've had about 4 losing trades. I've traded about 20 trades. I only buy 1 or 2 each morning for large profits because I'm a large share size trader. But even with those 4 losing trades, I've been green every day. Some days not very much. Some days make up for the ones that weren't very much. It's been a tough market. I haven't been really nailing the stocks like I'd like, but I'm green. And if you come here every morning, you'll probably witness 1 or 2 of my trades when we have a good market. I'll be telling you, here's the support level. I may take a small position, etc. Sometimes I show my profits. So far, this market's been pretty good since the beginning of the year. We have had some red days like this. I think this week is pretty much the worst I've seen in quite some time. And you can tell that just by all these red percentages up here. Some mornings we fire up at 6 o'clock. You'll see some members in the chat saying, I just made 600, I made 800, I made 500, I made 300. I don't tell them to do that. Full yard, if you go to studies and hit that gear icon, you can turn things off and on in that indicator right here. Right here, you can turn them off and on. Maybe they weren't turned on for you. So studies, edit studies, click the gear icon, make sure they're turned on. AMST. Is talking about other stocks I stay away from are these wide-bodied candle stocks. For some reason, I'm just not good at them. I don't know why they're wide-bodied like this. Sometimes I make money on them, but most of the time I don't. It's like they weren't trading yesterday. You can see all these flat candles, no trading, and then all of a sudden this morning they're trading. So you don't know if it's a pump and dump. Mr. Telly, you are probably so correct. If I walk away from the computer, stocks go up. If I'm not here, stocks go up. This one's going up because I said I wasn't going to buy it. But you can take your chances. I wouldn't chase it now that it's already taken off, though. That was about a 20-cent candle right there, had you got in before it took off. Big green dominator bar. Buyers are present. Looking good on the My Blessing indicator. The buyers are present. A new high. I would say pretty soon there's going to be some profit takers in here. Yes, sir. We need a pullback. I'm not going to chase it. I had no sense of direction where this stock was going to go with these two candles. Profit taking going on. That would be a resistance level. You get a long wick on the bottom of this candle. The buyers are coming in. That candle did close for the run up. You would have had to plan your entry down here. Hopefully it breaks through this resistance level and keeps going, and it did. This would be the perfect pullback play if you were playing it. Not seeing a tall green bar. It's lacking buyers. Green bar getting taller. More buyers are coming in. And I would be out if I bought it right there. Wouldn't chance it any further. Good job, Bikasu. So we could set up for another pullback. I'll mark resistance again. Chances are you may not get it. We've already had 3 pullbacks so far. I don't like playing past the second one. So we're down here at the entry point if these bars turn green and start rising again. And it looks like they're going to start selling it off. You have to wait on these pullbacks. If you chase them, there's a big chance you're going to lose. This was a nice, clean play right here. It didn't pay a whole bunch. About 10 or 12 cents, I believe. Let's see, $2.93. Well, it paid more than that. So if you played it, great trade. That's exactly what you want to play on every stock we do. You want to watch it run up, pull back, get in, and watch it run. Good job, full yard. Profit is profit, brother. If you are here and you're a beginning trader, always do this on paper. Just write it down as if you would have got in. Write it down when you get out. When you become profitable on paper, Then if you come in to play with real money, you buy small share sizes. I mean, you can start out with 10 or 20 shares. And if you continue to be profitable, increase your share size and work your way up as the money increases. Don't take risk plays. Stay with the same strategy over and over and over. Don't change because you watched another YouTube video and somebody showed you something that was already happening in the past. Don't play that game. Just learn one strategy, perfect it. Because anybody on YouTube can go research stocks, find the one that works with their strategy, and try to prove to you that it works every time, because it doesn't. Even this one doesn't work every time, but I'm walking you through the steps to make you successful at it. And if you want to buy a course, I'll sell you one. I'll send you all the videos on everything I did wrong. To me, that's not a course. And by the way, it's $7,000. Watching the volume spike numbers, not seeing very much happening. Time is running out for the free session. I have about 13 minutes to go. Malik, I will send me a direct message and I will get to that direct message as soon as I can. If I confirm your purchase, I'll send you a link over to it, because if you did not enter your information over on whoop.com when you purchased it, then it probably won't send you the link, because your sign up on Whoop needs to match your sign up over on Discord. If you did it correctly, look down in the channel list for a new channel that should appear called My Blessing Indicator. If it's not there, then send me a direct message. Good deal, Malik. Sky, that was a joke. I don't sell everything I did wrong. I like to have a little fun in these live streams. Sometimes I say some really weird stuff. Just have to be patient. Back in the day, to sit side by side, one on one with a trader like me, that some of those costs were $30,000. Yeah, if you give me 30,000, I'll train you. RILY. I'll take a look at it. Very low volume stock. It doesn't have the volume to support it. You can't guess at them because you have to know definitely what it's going to do. Pro dollar, be safe on your journey. Looks like AMST's trying to make a move up. Retesting that 320 level. Let's see if we can break 320. This is the kind of volume you want to see. You want to see these numbers really kicking. It's not a certain number, it's the flow of volume. And we have a lot of resistance right here at 320. Good job, Office Daily. Nothing else spiking. We have 5 minutes left before the stream ends. If you haven't joined my Discord and you want to trade with us for the full 3.5 hours, join the Discord, upgrade to the monthly premium membership. And you can do this with us for 3.5 hours every morning. We're usually done trading by 9:30, 10 o'clock. Some of the other members hang around all day long and try to get a little bit more out of the market. But most of the time I try to be done by 9:30 and go on with my day and do what I enjoy. You are welcome, Fumagoo, and thank y'all for joining me. I love trading in groups. Retesting that 320 again, maybe. Watching the Dominator bars. Not seeing a green coming in here yet. See you later, Manara. Thank you for joining us this morning. You have a blessed day. I always have internet access when I travel. I think everybody does nowadays. But the wife said no trading. It's vacation. I got to clear the mind. That's going to be hard to overcome. Yeah, I'll probably get in trouble. I can see her point, though. I've been doing this every day for a long, long time. It's time to take a break. Retesting 320 again, as I mentioned earlier. Still cannot break through it. Well, Fumagoo, I guess that's no different than everybody else staring at their cell phone all day long. But I have to agree, I need to get away from it for a while. We finally broke through 320. We are pushing higher on AMST. Hopefully we don't get a big red candle behind it. Picasso, I hope you cover all your losses. I hope you got out of your losses and you're letting this one make the money back. You do, Fumagoo. You get desperate for another trade. You're tired of sitting there. You click the button hoping you were right, and you end up giving some back. There's a red candle retesting. Now that 320 becomes support. We are above it. Reach down and retested 320. It may run up a little more if it doesn't break down below it. So I need to leave y'all with this trade. I appreciate you joining me this morning. I need to get over to the premium side of Discord. Have a blessed day in your trading. And I thank you for joining me. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Goodbye.